All right, this is day 12 of the Love Throwing program, and this is your second rest day. And on your rest days, you're going to have thought experiments. So today's thought experiment is, who are you off the field? Now, I want to preface this by saying I was one of these people who was like completely, utterly all in to my sport. I was a baseball player and I was completely in. It was my whole identity. I worked super hard at it. And when I retired, I was really crushed by this. It was really hard to walk away. And I was, in a lot of ways, grieving the game and grieving this like 20-year period that I went through the game. And like kind of just like losing myself. Like when I retired, it felt like a big part of me died. And so that was part of the product of being all in with baseball. And I don't regret that. And if you talk to any CEO of a business, any world-class athlete, world-class violinist, world-class like surgeon, like basically world-class people, they're usually reporting the same thing, that they were completely all in and they get their whole identity and a lot of their time wrapped up. And it's hard to be really balanced when you're all into something. And I'm here to tell you that that's okay, but you will have to pivot at some point. I'm not a baseball player anymore, and I pivoted, and I'm still discovering new things about myself and about the real world, things that I'm interested in. I have a lot of house plans, like I like plants. I'm learning to play the banjo. I love art, which I never considered myself much of an artsy person. Obviously, I've written 3 books. So I've discovered sort of like this really strong appreciation for the arts in my post-baseball career. And one thing I would implore you to do, no matter where you are in your journey, is to just start to explore new things. So whether it's taking a painting class, trying a new instrument, listening to new music, going to museums, like whatever it is, try gardening, try just like go rock climbing, do anything that you want to do that takes you out of the little box of softball or baseball. Because at the end of the day, you're just planting seeds while you're still playing, even if you're completely all in, like I was, you're still planting seeds that then you can go back to and start to grow when you're done playing. Or you can start to grow them now. You don't have to be completely wrapped up in your sport. However you want to do your career, whether you're completely all in or you're 2/3 in or whatever it is, it's completely fine. And you should do it the way that you want to do it. Sometimes I take exception to people who are like, oh, you have to have a ton of balance. You got to be well-rounded. You don't have to be well-rounded. If you want to really be great at something and be all in and really work hard at it, that's fine. You can always pivot later. You can always do other things later. What you don't want to do, and the reason people give that advice, is that you don't want to have all your eggs in one basket and then be like stuck if you don't know what to do next. But if you're a really hard worker and you're a solution, to kind of driven person like I was, it's like, all right, baseball, I was all in and it didn't work out, or I got pretty far and like now I'm done. I learned a lot of things from baseball that, yeah, this was really crushing and all my eggs were in that basket, but I learned a lot of stuff that I can just reapply that to something new. So the old idea that I was completely without balance in my life, which was true, it didn't hurt me in a negative way. It hurt leaving the game, just like it sort of hurts to lose a loved one that you love so much. But at the same time, my life hasn't been derailed because I had all my eggs in one basket. It hasn't. If anything, I learned so much doing it that way that I've now reapplied myself to various other things. But it is great to have other outlets, whether, again, it's like music or art or anything else. That it's great to have other outlets that help you be well-rounded during your career. So there's no wrong way to do it as long as you are happy and you get out of bed with purpose and you're proud of what you're doing with your life and you're not sinking yourself into a hole where you're going to be really, really stuck, then I think you're in a good way. So on today's, day 12 thought activity, just think about what are some things that really interest you that maybe you might like to do when you're done playing your sport. Or what are some things that maybe you've been thinking about doing that you want to try that might be really cool? Like, again, taking an art class or learning to weld or learning to, do woodwork, like all those things can be really, really great. And they can spur a new passion just like baseball or softball. So today, think about some of the other interests, some of the other things that make you, you.